Now let's cross to our colleague Chriselda Lewis. She is at Selelekela High School in Orlando East in Soweto. Chriselda, you're just a few streets away from my mom's house. Perhaps you should visit for tea after work.
Desiree, I'll certainly try to do that if we're not kept here for too long. Good morning to you, Desiree, from the Selelekela High School, indeed here in Soweto, where I can certainly tell you there's a sense of pride amongst those who are at the helm of the school, in particular because you'd recall at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, I had visited this school after 7 teachers had tested positive for COVID-19. So there was really great concern about how the school was going to move forward, how they were going to continue, to teach, in particular, the matriculants who've really gone through a very tough time to get to this particular point. And here at Selelekela High School, you'd recall that it was one of the schools where the teachers, as well as the principal and the others at the helm of the school, were quite concerned about how they were going to continue with learning and teaching. Most of that was also taking place remotely, but there had also been some challenges with regard to that. But fortunately at this time, I do understand that in terms of the percentage, 63.5% of the matriculants have made it through. And certainly I think at this particular point, listening to the minister yesterday, indicating that they're quite pleased with the pass rates this time around, given that these were exceptional circumstances that these young people had to sit and write these exams. And I'm going to chat to one of them now, Tiamogolo. She has passed her matric. She came here very early this morning. Tiamo, congratulations. I'm sure your parents are very proud of you. How do you feel this morning?
I'm very happy, but I cannot explain the way I feel because I'm so excited for passing my matric.
Yes.
And all the hard work did not go to waste. And I want to thank my teachers, especially my principal, for motivating me to do better.
And how hard was it? I mean, we've never experienced what you guys have gone through. You were in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your teachers were trying to help you as much as possible. They tried to do the online learning. How did you cope?
It was hard because some of us who do not have the access to internet, we don't have the smartphones, but luckily here at school we had Wi-Fi routers that were provided for us to study better. But it's very hard to study at home without a teacher because we need them to explain further for us and assist us.
But you managed to do it. So what are the plans for you? So what are you going to become? Where do you want to go and study?
I'll be doing a diploma in policing because I want to do law in UNISA. And I just thank God because my mom is willing to pay for me.
Oh.
Even if I do not find any funding or any bursary, my mom is willing to do it for me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Congratulations. And we're very proud of you. And when you've made it and you've passed and all of that, in the next how many years? 4 years? 3 years. After 3 years, we hope we'll be able to see you again, Tiamogolo. Thank you very much for your time. Let's bring in the principal, Mr. Baloyi, who was quite... I remember speaking to you, principal, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. While you were very optimistic, as you should be, you were very concerned about how, as a school, like any other school, you'd be able to manage under this pandemic. But congratulations, a good pass rate amongst your learners. How did you manage to do that? It must have been quite tough.
I must attribute the success of 2020 to all the stakeholders, our teachers in particular for going an extra mile. Our learners were also committed despite the situation that we're in. But we must also thank the Department of Education, from head office to the district. We are a SIP center here. They came here. I remember the DDG of Education, Benson, Alson, advocate, came here to motivate our learners. And if you can check at our results, we are boosting quality than quantity. In terms of quantity, you can be worried. But half of the learners that passed, they got bachelors. I'm very proud as a principal of this school that at least we have helped these learners against those situations. 50% of them will go to universities and make a difference in this country. It was not easy for all of us. Really, we must thank everybody that played a part, our SGB. But again, we must also encourage those who did not make it. It was not easy. If you look at the attendance itself, learners some were even scared coming back to the school. So it was not easy. Really, this is a great achievement, and we believe that as a school, we are going to do much better than this. I'm very impressed with the quality of the results.
Principal, thank you very much indeed for your time. I know that Desiree, in just a few moments, due to, of course, the fact that, COVID-19 is still with us, you won't find here this morning all the matriculants coming to get their statement of results at the same time. You'd know, of course, that the statement of results now, that many of them would need to submit to these universities and other institutions of higher learning they will get this morning from their schools. There's a few of them that have arrived at the school already, and we'll show you a bit later on, some of their reactions, because this is the first time they'll actually get to look at exactly how they performed. Yes, they know they've passed, but exactly how they performed, all of that will become clearer this morning. But I must say, Desiree, a sense of jubilation here at Selelekela High School, given the fact that it's one of the schools, obviously throughout the country, throughout the world, that's had to deal with with this COVID-19 pandemic and try to keep learners and teachers safe as well. And in the midst of doing that, at least try to achieve a matric pass rate that would be satisfactory, so that these young people would be able to move on to the different phases of their lives. So in the next few moments, they will be handing out those statement of results, and I'll show you a bit later on, I guess, here on the channel, a lot of that excitement. Some of them standing towards my left. We can't really come too close together due to COVID-19, but you'll get that on your television screens a bit later on.
Absolutely. We'll be returning to Chriselda Lewis in a bit.